What is up, YouTube? I finally found time to do my setup tour. So without further ado, we shall start, and I will go from kind of left to right in this tiny little room and kind of give you an overview of what I have here. So this is just my secret gaming chair, and yes, that is the one that I use to race as well, and you'll see how it works in a bit. So we'll move left here. I've got my Darth Vader helmet. I'm a big Star Wars fan. This is the mic, the Shure mic that I use. It's not this super expensive one. It's the MV7, but it's still pricey. But honestly, I find it's like one of the best mics for its price range. And that's just the McLaren Lego that I built. And to the right of the McLaren, you'll see like a chunk of metal sitting there. And I know some of you watching this will recognize where that's from, but we'll get to that in a bit. And shout out to CJ. Remember I told you I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan? Well, here it is. Here's some of my Vegeta Dragon Ball Z character figures there. And as I mentioned, I do like Legos. As a matter of fact, I like them a lot. And here is one of my favorite things, which is the Millennium Falcon. It is absolutely massive. It took me about a month to complete. And those of you that are big Lego fans, I would recommend getting this Lego and building it. It's relaxing. I don't know, I love it. But yeah, you need the space for it. It's really big, guys. So moving on down, on the table there, just some speakers. And to the left of the speaker is my audio interface for the Shure mic. So it's an Audient ID4. And one of the best things that I did, guys, was buy this PS5 controller charger. Because as you guys know, when we're racing, the controller just sits there. At least for me, I don't turn it off. So it dies. So I leave it on that if I'm not using it. And just the 1080p monitor that I've had for a long time, and it's been pretty solid. I like to throw up my OBS and chat and all that stuff on that monitor while I'm gaming on this monitor. And this is a brand new monitor that I bought. Actually, I just bought it recently because my old monitor died, and it's a 240 OLED 4K monitor. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell in the video, but this thing is gorgeous. And just a side note, does anybody know what Ferrari that is and what year it is? I'm just curious if you guys know. If you do, put it down in the comments below. And continuing on, this is my PC to the right. I built it myself, and building PCs is actually one of my hobbies. I believe I built this one about 5 years ago, and normally every like 5 to 7 years I like to build a new one. So it's about that time, but PC parts are so expensive these days, so I think I'm gonna hold off for a while. Yeah, I just went with some kind of orange theme right now, but you can change those LEDs to whatever you want. And this is my webcam. It's an AlmostPodium Lite, I believe it's called, and I highly recommend it. It's just sitting on a tripod. It's tiny, as you can see. It's really small, takes no space. It's been great. And on my table, just some Logitech wireless keyboard, Logitech wireless mouse, nothing too fancy. The PS5 sits on the floor there with my headphones. And then moving on to the star of the show, my Fanatec gear. So that's the Fanatec McLaren wheel. As you can tell, you don't see the orange shifters. That's because I removed them. That's what that was. That piece of metal you see there sitting, this chunk of metal, that's what it comes with. But I don't like them, so I swapped them out. I swapped them out with these, I think they're 3D printed shifters actually from Etsy, and they've been amazing, guys. I will do a separate video talking about them, but just so you have an idea, they've been really great. They feel better, sound better, much quieter, but yeah. So yeah, so that's my wheel. The base is the Fanatec DD Plus. This thing is so heavy, guys, when I was installing it, but I highly recommend it as well. I don't know, I've been enjoying it. I know there's lots of good wheelbases out there, but I've liked mine so far. It's sitting on a next level racing stand. I think it's the 2.0 one. And the reason for that is my space in here is so tight I can't have like a full-on cockpit. And I do need something that I can fold in case I want to use my PC. And so this is just a regular gaming chair that I have to use. It sits in that tray, guys. You see that tray down below? The wheels sit in that tray so I don't move back and forth when I'm stomping on the brakes. And speaking of the brakes, it's the V2s. I have the Fanatec Elite V2s. So yeah, that's kind of like my sim racing gear in a nutshell. I think I forgot my gloves there. That's just the Hound gloves. They've been great as well. But yeah, you just had a quick tour of kind of my room and what I use to sim race, guys. So I'll see you on the track.